Hey guys, I'm Vipul. I'm the owner of Bindra Productions here in Orlando, Florida. And a lot of people have been asking me to do a dedicated video on my camera card. And if you haven't seen the tour of the full production van, go check it out on my channel. We have a 2-ton video production van that has grip, lighting, everything. So this is the camera card. This is the only thing we take off and load. This is where we store all the batteries and things like that. That makes the prep thing so much faster for shoots. In the past, it would be days I would spending on loading each case, making it specific to a project. So what I wanted to do was make it extremely efficient. It's best for me and best for my clients because we want to do things fast, because majority of the work we're doing is corporate and commercial, where a lot of it is talking head and B-roll. So one of my favorite things is how fast can we set up. We purposefully have 2 of these Socklers tripods, like within seconds, we can have this ready to go. Everything is fast and efficient. And if you see how fastly I just got 2 tripods down. And then that's not even accounting for how fast these set up in general, with the Socklers being so easy to set up. So it makes just the whole process of getting to a shoot and loading up so much faster. So they're ready to go, ready to deploy, no dealing with any cases or things like that. Plus, my other favorite thing is how fast it is to load cameras. So these cameras are all on quick disconnects. So within seconds, I can get a camera down. There's quick disconnects on both of these sticks. And then when we're done, the cameras quite literally just get locked in. So the idea is, again, within seconds, we can be at a location, we pick our frame, we can have our tripods and our cameras ready to go. So the cameras we're using for our corporate work are these 2 FX6s. They're loaded with these Tilta V-mount plates. We're also using HoloLens Pyro 7. Funny enough, I actually used to use Hol HD Cine 7, but what I found was, as soon as I would show up, I would show clients these director monitor. So I have the one from Small HD with the Teradek built in, but first they would not be expecting that. So they would be excited. They're like, oh, you're telling me I can see wirelessly the feed? But literally the second question then they would be asking is, can I get the second angle? And it'd be like, no, I'm not gonna buy another Cine 7 or the Teradek because that's very expensive. So that's when I discovered these new Pyro system, and I love it because this with a push of a button can switch between both camera angles, and clients love that. So now when the second question comes, hey, can I see both cameras? The answer is yes. Just hit F2 and they can see both the angles. This makes my job so much efficient because the last thing I want is people just huddled around my camera screen or my monitor, and just makes it really harder for what we're doing on set. So this thing is worth every penny that I've spent on it. Now, this is not the best wireless system. I wouldn't use it for pulling any focus, anything critical, but for what we're doing, where we just need a video village that's remote, like a director's monitor, it's perfect for that. Our audio kit, it's a boom pole with wireless that's already recording 32-bit and transmitting that. It's just ready to go. Our 5-in-1 reflector holder is already here. We can also even use all 4 corners of the card as stands. If we place this card in an ideal location, we can even use each of the 4 corners as stands, but otherwise we could just pull it off. So there's a 5-in-1 holder. So on this side, we have our boom pole holder, and then our light dome 50 would be my primary option of a dome if we have space. But a lot of times, again, corporate offices, they're shoving us in really, really small offices. So we also keep a light dome 3 underneath that. But again, our van is full of other modifiers if you need a lantern or something like that. But this is the idea, is this stuff is ready to go. I also like a stand holder. So a lot of times when I pull out, I can quickly throw 3 or 4 baby stands over here. So that makes it very easy. We also have our production monitor. So as you see, these also have the Pyro 7 receivers along with the Blackmagic multi-view. So we can already, the system is so efficiently designed. I actually have a Blue Eddy power bank here. I show up on set, I turn one power bank, no need to plug anything. It immediately turns on the monitor, and we're getting a quad view from both of the cameras wirelessly, ready to go within seconds. So again, everything's designed for speed. I put it on an offset arm just because I didn't like the monitor being on side. So this brings it to the center. And then if you come around with me, here's what I would call stingers. We keep 2 of these things. They make it really, really fast to, get power. And again, what we're doing nowadays, using LED lights, we don't need some really thick, heavy-duty stingers. A 5-in-1 reflectors, a gray card is over here. I keep a 600X on here because that's my key light of choice. A lot of times, again, we're thrown in locations where we can't control lighting. So having a high quality bicolor light is very important, and this will work most of the time. Now, I have been in offices, again, we are in Florida, where it can be extremely bright. So 600X is not enough. That's when we have to go in the car, in the van and pull out a couple more lights to get enough output. But most of the times, this is more than enough. And this makes us, again, just be fast. We can just change temperature. We're not dealing with gels nowadays. Then looking down, again, there's a couple of stands. These are, even though they're cheaper stands, they're very efficient because these are those impact boom stands. So that actually the boom arm can come out. So they can really be used fast for setting up a couple of tubes as like rim lights for 1 or 2 person shoots. Then we also store our camera bag. So this is an old, newer bag that I had, and this is where we're storing extra lenses. So again, for efficiency's sake, I have picked 50mm G Master 1.4 as my A cam lens, and then 85-1.4 as my second lens for the B camera. So those stay on there. And then for the gimbal cameras, we use 2 FX3s with 24 to 70 GM2s on there. However, sometimes we have to switch lenses, and so that's where all the lenses are. We store only G Master lenses here. Obviously, if we're doing something where we need Cine lenses or whatever, that will be an add-on that we add to it, but they're not typically stored because we don't need it for corporate shoots. So coming back a full circle, what you'll see is 4 tubes. So we keep 4 2-foot tubes here. These are the Amaran PT2C, the pixel tubes. They make great rim lights. I also have 4 of the grids for these. So sometimes if we want to control the spill, we can throw a grid on there. The ballast for the 600X, I showed you the director's monitor, and these, I also love these headsets. So these are the Hollyland Cosmo, I think, Pros. So it's an 8 headset set. Anything corporate, we're not going more than 8 people, so this is more than enough. I also like how easy they're to use. I used to use the ear techs, but we could not whisper. So I love on these that you can actually whisper, the people can hear you without bothering the person being interviewed. And then on the bottom, we store this case. This is where we have all our batteries. So we would store all the V-mounts, any other kind of batteries and things like that. And also always store a knuckle. So even though we have a case full of them in the van, this knuckle comes in very handy for, again, throwing a tube light quickly on an angle and things like that. So again, this is quite literally designed on, we learned something, we make sure never, have to run back to the van again, that we use all the time. Anything we use only once in a while stays in the van. So at front, we have these bags. They're just from Amazon. They're not the popular ones, but I just couldn't justify spending that for throwing that, but they have all the extra stuff. So this would be like the camera cleaning kit. This has extra tools like a screwdriver, something to check power, basic thing like a cheater. And then this, again, most likely we prefer to bring makeup artists, but on small corporate shoots you can't. So this has some mattifying powders and basic things for corporate things that we can do ourselves. And then this will have our other tools. So like Allen wrenches, the other stuff like small rig tool, and then this is the one from Red. So again, bottom, you're looking at the battery, 1 knuckle, V-mount batteries and other batteries, and then lenses. And then middle, like I said, was tubes, headsets, director's monitor, 1 light, and our domes. At top, 2 cameras. This is how I rig up one of the FX3s. I really love in this DJI ring, but we can also quickly go handheld for B-roll. And then we have a second FX3 in the bag. And then this is our audio kit. I would love to do a dedicated video on that, so watch out for that. So I would love to break down what we have here. But again, it's all designed for efficiency. 1 button on, everything works. Cameras are ready to go on tripods. The ultimate goal being is just be efficient, be fast on set, because we want the gear to kind of get out of the way, right? We want to have the best gear that we need to make the thing happen without overcomplicating it, but also at the same time not have the gear be slowing us down. So this is after 15 years. This is where I found the most efficient shoots, where we can go do 18 interviews. I've done 18 interviews in 18 different locations where we have set up, interviewed the person, packed up, gone to the next location, and done that in 1 day. And the only way you can do that with a 3-4 person crew is by being extremely efficient with their setup, having everyone be familiar with it. And that's my favorite thing with this. I can literally give somebody a tour in 5 minutes and they know where everything is, where it goes. It makes it very easy to work out of. Plus having monitors that are ready to go, ready to transmit, it just makes amazing. If you haven't seen the image coming out of these, is incredible. Plus my favorite secret sauce I'll tell you before I go. If a client wants to go cinematic, but they don't have the budget for us to go cine lenses, maybe upgrade to ARRI or Burano or Venice cameras, we will throw HBM. So these are called Hollywood Black Magic filters, 1.8. Please buy them. They have paid for themselves 10 times over. We'll throw that. It's like your Black Pro Mist and other mist filters that you're known, but more subtle, less halation, more that cinematic, creamy skin tones that we're looking for. You throw that in there, it just makes the image really nice. Clients love it. Takes that digital sharpness away without doing much more. And you can just throw it right in the matte box. So it's incredible. This setup has been working for us for now 5 months that it's been like this. And obviously this is going to continue to evolve. I'm open to listening to what you guys think. What do you think we can do better and change? But yeah, look forward to it. But thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the audio case video.